Hello students, I welcome you all to the Vajiram and Ravi podcast. And today we have a very special guest with us. A guest whose journey is already inspiring millions of students. We have with us Anubhav Agrawal, who has secured rank 188 in this year UPSC CSE examination. Anubhav, first of all, big congratulations and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
And my first question would be, how does it feel to see your name finally in that holy PDF?
Sir, it feels great. I've been waiting for quite a long time. I started my journey in mid of 2020. So after that, I have been waiting for this moment since last 5-6 years. So it's great, sir, to see my name in the list.
Okay.
Finally.
And one more thing, has everything or anything changed in last few days since the result has come? How the life has changed?
Sir, I think life has not changed much for me because I work in Bangalore, and I think very few people knew there that I was giving UPSC CSE. But over in home, I think it has changed quite a bit. My parents have been getting a lot of calls from the people over there. And I think my alumni network has also reached out, people who are already in services.
Yes.
They have been reaching out to me. So yes, sir, it has changed in that aspect.
So it's a big, I would say, proud moment for
Yes,
family
sir.
and friends, especially
Yes,
for parents.
Yes, sir.
Right, definitely. And okay, so tell us a little bit about, tell the audience a little bit about your schooling and your college preparation, your background, all of that.
Sir, I come from a small town in Chhattisgarh, Durg. It's famous for Bhilai steel plant basically. So I did my schooling from over there only till 12th standard. After that, I graduated from IIT Bombay, sir, in mechanical engineering and computer science minors. After that, straight out of college, I joined the corporate work. So I basically worked in 3 companies, BlackRock, JP Morgan, and now I'm working as a vice president in Goldman Sachs, sir.
Okay, so as you told us that you have been an IIT alumni, so
Yes, sir.
definitely you have been a good student.
Yes, sir.
Or some student, let us say, someone would say with a very good intelligence, IQ, right? So how would you say this UPSC examination, is it about IQ? Does intelligence matter too much? Only the students from prestigious institutions like IITs and AIIMS, can only they crack this examination, or is it more than IQ that requires to finally get into that list?
Sir, I think this is the one examination where I think IQ doesn't play a major role. It's very it's a level playing field for every student. As we can see that a number of students come from humanities background. Some people are very poor and get into the list, and even some IITians or people from medical background are not able to crack this examination even after having good intelligence. Sir, so it's, I think, more about hard work, perseverance, and I think a little bit of luck also.
Yes.
That plays a role.
Yes,
in this
definitely,
examination,
definitely.
sir.
And during your preparation journey, or before that, when did you start, when you were starting your UPSC journey, was there any specific moment in your life, or was there any specific inspiration in your life which pushed your way towards preparation of civil services?
Sir, I think there was no inspiration as such for me. It was like boredom. I think after working for 3 years in corporate world, the things are getting repetitive for me, and I thought that I should again focus on studies. I thought that whether I should do PhD, but I was not very much interested in deep research. I wanted to basically increase the breadth of my knowledge, I think, which aligns with the UPSC preparation, sir. And also I like mathematics a lot. I didn't opt for my graduation, and I wanted to study it. So I chose mathematics as an optional for UPSC.
Rather than mechanical engineering or any other humanities?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
mathematics was your area of interest.
Yes,
that is
sir.
why you chose it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Nice to hear that. Right. And during the preparation journey, I
Yes,
think
sir.
it took you 5 attempts, right?
Yes, sir.
So it has been a long and arduous journey.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Have you ever thought of quitting this journey?
Sir,
or giving up? And if you thought so, then what made you not quit this journey?
Sir, I didn't think of quitting this journey ever, because I didn't put that much weightage to the civil services as such. I was more interested in gaining knowledge at the start of the preparation. But when it started getting repetitive for me, the revision and all, I again opted for job alongside preparation of UPSC. So I didn't put a lot of weightage in the result as such for the UPSC, sir. So I didn't think of quitting ever.
You never thought of quitting.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That is a winner's mindset.
Yes, sir.
And students should take a note of that. He did not even thought of quitting. So that is a big, I would say, win for you, big mental win, right?
Yes,
because
sir.
that is the kind of mindset which is required,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Because if you want to persevere, if you want to work hard consistently, you cannot quit.
Yes,
and
sir.
sometimes for some aspirants, a thought of quitting might come, but
Yes,
they
sir.
should overcome that. So that is the message, right?
Yes, sir. It like there were some days I didn't want to study, but I don't call it quitting as such. But like my more interest was on gaining knowledge, sir, rather than the result as such. So at the start of the preparation, I was enjoying a lot, studying a lot of different subjects which I didn't have any idea about. So I think that pushed me
Yes.
to gain more
And
knowledge, sir.
because you are, twice or thrice during our conversation in,
Yes, sir.
let us say, last 5 minutes,
Yes, sir.
you have emphasized so much on gaining knowledge, gaining
Yes,
knowledge.
sir.
You are reminding me of that character from Three Idiots movie, Rancho, who always said that run after excellence, success will come,
Yes, sir.
after jhak maar ke piche aayegi.
Yes, sir.
So I think that is how you prepared, right?
Yes,
Your
sir.
area was just to gain knowledge.
Yes, sir.
And everything else is a byproduct of that.
Sir, I also think that this decreases the pressure, sir, because I'm not much focused on the result. It decreases the pressure and it doesn't make the exam big, sir. So I think helps me perform better.
Yes,
I
I
think
think
the
it,
long
and
run.
it takes a lot of mental pressure off your brain.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
That
sir.
is very good, very good. And okay, and you have been a working professional most of the time during your preparation, right? In between you left the job, but then again you could not go through the prelims, so you joined the job back. So for a working professional and many students who want to prepare with the work because either they cannot afford to leave their job or they don't want to, right?
Yes, sir.
So how did you manage your time effectively? Because with work you have very little time.
Yes, sir.
So what was your time management strategies?
Sir, I mostly focused on result orientation. After gaining knowledge, I was much more focused on the areas that can benefit me a lot. So putting time over there, prioritizing that part was my main focus. And then rather than joining any test series because I didn't have time, earlier I used to have time, I focused on PYQs majorly, sir, overall in my preparation while working, sir. Okay. So I only used to get 3 hours in the working day to prepare for UPSC, and I think over the weekend I used to study 8 hours around that, sir. So this was it for me, and in the mains also I think I only took 2 weeks of leave. So it was like I have to manage my time quite a lot.
So
in that aspect,
in essence, you are saying that all in all, per week you were studying only maybe about 35 to 40 hours a week
yes,
at max. This is the time you could get, including the 8 hours on weekends.
Yes, sir.
Right. So in that much preparation, it is still possible to qualify for this examination,
Yes,
which
sir.
demands so much from the student side.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. And now coming to the circles, the cycles of the preparation. The first stage, the prelims examination, and it has been the hardest for you.
Yes, sir.
Right. So please tell us about your prelims strategy. How were you comfortable with the prelims examination, or if you are not comfortable with the prelims examination, how did you manage to crack the prelims examination? Because for most of the students, for 99% of the students, the first hurdle, this prelims examination, is their Achilles heel. It is the most difficult part. Right?
Yes, sir.
So please enlighten us on that.
Sir, I am one of that candidates that you are mentioning. From the very start of my preparation in 2021, I was not able to crack prelims. Because I over attempted, sir, in that attempt.
Okay.
So I attempted 97 questions
Okay.
in prelims, like I used to for the JEE preparation, sir.
Okay.
So this is first message is that this exam is very different,
Okay.
and every year it changes, sir. So we have to adapt a lot year wise, because second mistake I made in 2022, I was able to crack the examination with only 63 questions attempted, sir, in
Okay.
prelims. But again, same thing I did in 2023, which didn't work at all.
Okay.
So we have to adapt a lot for prelims year-wise, as per the paper requires. So that is my first message, that don't make a hard strategy before prelims. Make the strategy while working through the paper. see how the paper comes up, and then see how much you want to attempt.
Okay.
So in the 2025 attempt, I was able to balance both, sir. So
Okay.
I attempted around 85 questions, which I was comfortable with, and I was able to crack prelims with a good margin this year, sir.
Okay, very good, very good. And in prelims preparation,
Yes, sir.
Most of the time aspirants are confused whether we should give more weightage to current affairs, whether we should go more weightage to, let us say, static portion or the conventional subject like history, polity, geography and all, and whether we should do a lot of, let us say, mock tests, or we should focus on PYQs. So what is your advice in that area? How should student go about these four aspects? That is conventional subjects or static subjects, then current affairs, then we have mock test, and then we have PYQs.
Sir, current affairs weightage has reduced overall. Even though they ask questions indirectly from current affairs, it's not like they will directly ask something. They will ask some deep aspect of that current affairs, sir. So I think focusing on static part is a major requirement for prelims, that I believe. Apart from that, we can work smartly through current affairs. Some low-hanging fruits I think we can basically go through, and we are able to figure out like this question will be asked in examination. Also, sir, like some coaching institutes push some over emphasis on some aspects, so I basically eliminated that aspect. So because every coaching institute is focusing on these things, they will never ask this in prelims.
Okay, like
so,
what?
Yeah.
Please enlighten.
Sir, like a lot of focus had been earlier on the the war part, or Russia-Ukraine war in the year that it started. But they asked that question, I think, after 2 years, not in that year. So I think this aspect we need to work on basically, because I think UPSC is eliminating the like overemphasized part of the current affairs in the question papers from 2020 onwards, sir. So I think that we need to smartly figure out on which areas we need to work on.
Okay. And speaking of current affairs,
yes, sir.
Were you a newspaper reader like throughout your preparation? Did you read newspaper regularly or not? Because many aspirants, many selected candidates, and many teachers, mentors, they recommend it. What is your take on that?
Sir, in the starting years of my preparation, I used to go through the newspaper in a very disciplined manner. But after that, I think while working, I was not able. I didn't get a lot of time going through the newspaper. So I mostly relied on the PIB. I think they released some year-end review. Basically the PIB
year-end review.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, I used to go through that basically to prepare for the current affairs. Apart from that, some like aspects that I have heard about, I used to directly search in the internet and read basically.
Okay.
So this was the two things that I used to do.
So you used internet for your advantage in current affairs?
Yes, sir.
And which you thought, okay, this is an area that UPSC might ask.
Yes, sir.
Rather than following, let us say, monthly magazines and
Yes,
all
sir.
those sources for current
Yes, sir.
affairs.
Yes,
You
sir.
did it selectively.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now coming to mock test, how much role do you think that mock test play in, let us say, prelims preparation?
Sir, the mock test can help us gain knowledge, but I don't think that mock test can help us in eliminating choices, because the questions that UPSC asks, I believe, is very different from what mock test gives. So I think so. Mostly, I use mock test as a like to gain knowledge, basically.
To supplement your knowledge,
supplement
from
the knowledge.
Explanation of the answer.
Yes, sir.
You add whatever you don't know
Yes,
to your
sir.
existing knowledge.
Yes, sir.
That is the main purpose of the
Yes,
mock
sir.
test.
That also for the current affairs part only,
Yes.
not the static part, because I think they ask very deep things in
Yes.
static part, which UPSC doesn't.
Yes, yes. Sometimes that happens,
yes,
because
sir.
UPSC has to make one paper in a whole
Yes,
year,
sir.
and they have to make maybe 40
Yes, sir.
papers.
Yes,
that,
sir.
that happens, right? And what is the role of PYQs? Let us say, how did you analyze PYQ, if you did, or how important the PYQs are for prelims preparation in your opinion?
Sir, PYQs are like very important. I used to neglect PYQs in earlier attempts, which I think I paid the price for it, because I failed prelims 3 times over 5 attempts. So in this attempt, I majorly focused on PYQs only. So I did PYQs from 2021 to 2024 and analyzed how can I take calculated guesses basically.
Okay.
From the PYQs, sir.
Okay. So PYQs are
Yes, sir.
quintessentials, we can say.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Because it helps us analyze how UPSC asks questions and basically how to take calculated guesses, which is a major requirement, sir. In prelims, it's like throwing a dice. That we can, like, we might get selected or not. For some candidates, it's like they will always get selected, but for some candidates, like throwing a dice, which are in margin, like me, sir.
Okay.
So,
and now coming back to GS papers,
yes, sir.
GS ethics, essay, all those papers. So what do you think is the role of, like you said yourself, that PYQs are very important, quintessential for prelims examination.
Yes,
so
sir.
what is the role of PYQs in mains examination?
Sir, mains examination as well, I think the PYQs are very important because like in 2022 attempt, I didn't solve any PYQs. I only gave test series, sir. And I was barely able to finish 200 marks out of 250 marks in every paper. So I left like 50 marks every paper.
Okay.
So I was very sure that I would not be able to crack mains in that attempt. So this year I mostly focused on finishing my paper on time. And for that I used PYQs as a test series, sir.
Okay, you used, did you do a lot of, I would say, PYQ brainstorming, or you, let us say, wrote the whole full answers of PYQs? What did you do?
Sir,
or a mix of both?
Sir, I used 2021 as a like an example set for me. I wrote one answer and then saw what can I change in that answer, and then 2022 to 2024 I gave as test basically.
Okay.
And after that I analyzed the answers.
Okay.
And did some value additions on that.
Okay.
And my major focus was on finishing the paper.
Okay.
Throughout.
Because finishing the paper is also important.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. UPSC papers are very, very lengthy.
Yes,
very lengthy. Right. And now coming back to mock test, like certain test series are there, right? So do you think that test series also help in preparation, or they might help some candidates? What is your take on that?
Sir, because of the lack of time, I didn't give any test series in this attempt. But yes, sir, I think for the people who have time, I think test series can help a lot because they can get in the, because we have a limited set of PYQs, right?
Yes.
So apart from that, we need to have some questions that test series can help us in the long run, and also it can help us in the habit of getting to sit and write
and
like
to finish paper on
yes,
time
sir.
as well, all those
Yes,
things,
sir.
time management
Yes, sir.
inside the
Yes,
3
sir.
hours, right?
Yes, sir. But I would say that don't pay too much attention to the marks given
Okay.
in the test series. Like more important is to analyze yourself on what things you can add in your answer and make it better.
Yes.
So working after the paper is more important than giving just the test, sir.
Okay. Anubhav, now coming to the final stage of this examination, that is interview preparation, right? So this was your first interview, and in first interview itself you got a very good rank 188. So you, I think, what was you, how did you prepare for the interview process? Like you scored decent marks also, interview marks are out, 180 marks, it's not bad. So how would you advise other aspirants to prepare for interview, or how did you yourself prepare?
Sir, in the interview it's important to analyze your personality and go through your depth in a very detailed manner, because they in this year also I think it was more depth focus and a little bit of current affairs. So when you get your mains result, first thing is you need to read newspaper every day and then work on your depth every day basically. So this is what I did for the interview preparation. Apart from that, you can give mock interviews to basically make yourself comfortable in the interview environment, because there are 5 people there and you might get nervous in the interview, sir. So I think mock test that can help in that aspect. Also it can give some idea of what depth related questions you are missing basically, and the current affairs also, sir. So I think I use mock interviews as a value addition basically.
Okay.
For my preparation.
And I believe that you were in touch with Sachi Sharma ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Who is a senior mentor in our short mains team.
Yes, sir.
During your preparation journey.
Yes,
so
sir.
would you highlight a little bit, how did she help you in that interview preparation?
Yes, sir. I think after my mock interview, I gave 2 mock interviews in Vajiram.
Yes.
After that, Sachi used to sit with me and analyze my interview, what was working well for me and what were my shortcomings. And she also used to give me a lot of suggestions, which I think helped me a lot improve myself in the interview, sir.
Okay. Now coming to one very important aspect, and that is mental health of the aspirants.
Yes, sir.
And you yourself have taken maybe around 5-6 years, and for every aspirant in general, those who are clearing the examination, the journey is like a 5-year program.
Yes, sir.
Almost, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is very arduous, very time taking, right? So it affects a mental health of lot of aspirants.
Yes, sir.
Right? Sometimes they cannot go through the prelims, the mains is very tough. What did you do to keep your mental health, I would say, fit, and was there any habit, was there any routine, was there any lifestyle that you followed which helped you mentally?
Sir, first of all, in the start of the preparation itself, you have to basically be mentally prepared that this journey will be long, most probably, because as we are seeing the data, like 1/3 of the aspirants have been in the final list in the earlier years also. So it's not like people are getting good ranks in the first or second attempt anymore, sir. And the prelims is becoming quite uncertain. So I think that itself is a big hurdle. So I think first, being mentally prepared at the start of the journey itself, keeping yourself motivated is important, because while going through the journey, if you are not getting in prelims or in mains, don't be disappointed on that short term result, because as we are seeing that people who are going through exams again and again are getting into final list. Me myself, it was my 5th attempt, so it's not like a one time thing, one time failure that is important. It's like a long haul basically. So keeping your perseverance is important throughout the examination. So first of all, don't overthink the short term failures is my first thing, and don't put too much weightage on the examination itself. Don't make it a life or death situation.
Treat the exam just like an exam.
Yes, sir. So it's like just a job, and if you are feeling that you are not able to crack this examination, go for some backup, like basically a job, or give some other examination, so that itself will reduce a lot of pressure from you basically. Apart from it, if you are overthinking or you are there is a lack of sleep, I think consulting some mental health professional is important. Apart from it, you can listen to music, talk to some friends and families. They can help you a lot, because I think this is a shared journey that we go through. So a lot of help is required, because people are basically isolated from the loved ones throughout this journey, sir.
So finally, Anubhav, we will do one rapid fire with you, 4-5 questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one myth about UPSC preparation that you would want to break.
Sir, first myth I have been through is like prelims is very easy.
Okay.
The people who don't give this examination, they think that everyone goes through succeeds through prelims in the first attempt. So this is the major myth that I want to break, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And another question is one book that in your opinion every aspirant should read.
Sir, basically in my journey I didn't read other books apart from the syllabus one, so I am not a very good person to answer this question, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This preparation does not allow you to pursue other habits.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And who in your personal life, who helped you the most, who you credit the most for your success?
Sir, my family, my parents and my girlfriend supported me throughout this journey, sir. So
Okay.
they never told me to go for the job that I'm doing. That was also my interest itself, and they never over focused on my failures as well, sir. They were always they always believed that I'll basically crack this examination in the long run, sir.
Okay, very good. And would you name one habit of yours
Yes, sir.
that helped you the most in this examination?
Sir, basically one habit I would say is that I didn't neglect my hobbies.
Okay.
I have PlayStation that I play.
Okay.
When I'm not studying, I listen to music. I also sing, sir.
Okay.
So these things helped me a lot in the long run, sir.
Okay, very good. And one last message that you want to give to the aspirants who are watching you right now, what is that message you would like to give?
Basically, I would again repeat the same thing, that don't over focus on this examination. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. It's just an examination. Some people will succeed, some people will not. And even if you are coming from a good college or a good background doesn't mean that you will automatically succeed in this examination. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. Take help from family and friends. Apart from for the prelims, I would say that this is the most difficult part of the examination. It's like throwing a dice for a lot of people, and most of the people don't succeed in this examination. So don't basically put too much weightage on yourself. It's like a little bit the nature of the examination itself. I think the examination itself is quite uncertain that you are not able to succeed this examination. So go for some backup in the long run. That will reduce the pressure itself, and you might be able to get in the final list in the long run, sir.
Okay, finally, thank you, Anubhav,
Thank you,
for
sir.
sharing your journey and
Thank you so much,
sharing
sir.
your insights with us, with the students. And to the students, this was Anubhav's journey, and I hope it will inspire you a lot. It will give you some insights about all the stages of preparation of this examination. And keep studying. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for having me.